Hey folks, and welcome back to the channel. HappyCattyCrypto here. So let's dive into proposals, governance, and what are on-chain transactions and what are off-chain transactions. As you can see by the title of this video, it's a pretty simple, straightforward video breaking down what either or is. Now, excuse my voice, it is going to be really on and off today, really scratchy. I am sorry about that. A lot of huffing in my voice. As to this, there are going to be a lot of people that are going to be like, well, you know, we actually know this already. Why are you telling us this? And they need to remember that there's people joining the crypto space every day, and it's down to us as a community to educate them and guide them, as you have also been guided previously by wherever you've got your information from. And yeah, a lot of people are either misinformed, they don't know, or they are just really don't understand the concept and they're really new to the space. So let's really break it down, okay, folks? So what are on-chain transactions? So on-chain transactions that take place on a blockchain are known as on-chain transactions. So this means anything that is happening inside the Terra network that is related to Terra Station and is done on its network is considered an on-chain transaction. And pretty much it is the more common of the two types, and its necessities, it's like makes everything work on the blockchain. So a certain number of confirmation, like miners, is required to pretty much complete all of the on-chain transactions. The time it takes to do this is also affected by network congestion and things like that. So as a result, if you have significant volume of transactions to be confirmed by validators or miners or people like this, depending on what blockchain it is, then it's obviously going to be delayed because there's going to be a lot more to process, and there'll obviously be ways to pay more gas fees, so to speak, to get your transaction processed faster. And we see this all the time in Ethereum. I think you have 3 transfer types. So now moving over to what are off-chain transactions. And this is the second type of transactions, and it's not as common as on-chain, but it can be dependent on the usage and what's going on in the background, so to speak. So the second type of blockchain transaction is an off-chain transaction. They are distinct from on-chain transactions in several respects. Transaction agreements that take place off the blockchain are known as off-chain transactions. Off-chain transactions are handled using a mechanism similar to that used on payment platforms. The participants in the transaction have the option of reaching an agreement outside of the blockchain. For example, a third party might be involved in the following stage to validate the transaction's completion and verify that the deal has been followed. As a result, the third party acts as a transaction guarantee. And this is exactly what exchanges do, folks. It's pretty much the middleman, so to speak, and they act as the bridge between yourself and Terra Station without you needing to make a Terra Station wallet, so on so forth. That's why we have multiple exchanges having you have multiple wallet codes inside your exchange wallet itself. So your exchange wallet actually holds, depending on how many coins you have. I know for crypto.com, it automatically just allocates you every single wallet type, and then you can just go and grab it whenever you need to. And really moving forward with what are off-chain transactions. It's this approach which is used by the majority of decentralized exchanges today, in which the exchange acts as an escrow. First, it offers the transaction platform and regulations. Then the actual transaction is conducted on the blockchain once the parties have agreed on conditions outside of the blockchain. In many circumstances, off-chain transactions can benefit from codes or discounts. These are redeemable codes or vouchers that they may be redeemed for cryptocurrency. The third party is in charge of holding the codes or coupons and redeeming them at the appropriate time. And this kind of signifies things like airdrops, so to speak, if you get like an airdrop code or a private key, so to speak. And this sort of pushes towards that side of everything like that. So what can we really take away from this video is that we now know what an off-chain transaction is and what an on-chain transaction is, okay? On-chain happens on the Terra Station. It happens on the actual blockchain itself, okay, folks? So all of the validators doing their things on here is going to be considered on-chain. And then everything that exchanges do and outwards from that are considered. Oh, sorry, excuse that, folks. Vegas, no doubt, has got something important to share with me. So, yeah, off-chain transactions would be considered all of the exchanges and places like this, CEXs and DEXs. So, do share this about. Don't get angry with people because they don't understand. Just try and educate them. Be polite. Always. Just be patient with people, folks. I mean, the amount of people that scream and shout at me daily is unfathomable, but all we can do is educate these people, provide the videos, and allow them to absorb that information if they're willing to or not. You can only open a door for someone, folks. You will never, ever be able to push them through it. Even if you're strong enough, you can push them through it. The door's still going to be there and they're still able to walk back. So yeah. Let me know what you folks think in the comments. Let me know if there's anything that wasn't quite described. Sorry, folks, wasn't quite described very well. Let me know if you still don't understand what an off-chain transaction is or an on-chain transaction. And yeah, do go out, do some research. I'll leave a link to an article that I found, which really does break it down really well. I was reading from that just so I get the information correct. So yeah, many weeks ago, I was the same as you folks. I didn't actually know what an on-chain transaction or an off-chain transaction was. And this is normal. This is totally normal. We're human beings. We have brains that allow us to absorb information and learn to better ourselves and become better in the future, so to speak. So yeah, stay safe out there, folks. Beware of scammers, doppelgangers, anybody pretending to be me or HappyCattyCrypto. The Lunar Classic Let It Burn channel, do make sure that you've got the correct Twitter handle. I can never stress this enough. Make sure you have got this Twitter handle. And obviously, if you're an account with 22 followers is saying they're HappyCattyCrypto, that's obviously not going to be the case. The account's really picking up now. I really would like to see more people come over from Twitter. If you are listening and subscribing, I don't ever say it, but if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing, and I will catch you folks in the next one. And it's not financial advice. And like I always say, shloop.